Cha!
Jump through. That's it. Fired up. Build it. No sweat. Yeah. Make it flow. Simple. Come on. Match. Go. Of course. Faster. Chomp chomp. Push it out. Indeed. Light time. Extinguish.
Good.
Not so fun. Stop. Into. Ring. Find the star. Match us.
Wah wah!
Steep. My turn. Watch. Find. Get moving. Find the light. Challenge accepted. Let it pass. Thank goodness. Payday. I accept. Unreal challenge.
Womp womp.
Find the star.
Nice, SLT. All right.
Push it out.
Indeed. Okay.
Balance.
Solid.
Let's go. Match mass.
Womp womp.
Let's do this. Steep. Get moving.
Okay.
Line up.
Nice. Go time.
Excavate one.
Yeah. Good. High five.
Leave it to me. Let it pass.
You chose well. Unreal challenge.
Prune.
Splendid.
Time it. Build it. Make it flow.
It's a
Ring.
piece of cake.
Chill. Match mass. Thought so. Light.
Check it. Right on.
Balance.
Yo.
Womp womp.
Take a peek. What's not there?
Correct. I'm ready.
Push it out.
Nice. Great. Fly time. I like this.
Excavate one. Steep.
Womp womp.
Watch.
Womp womp.
Build it.
Pitch perfect.
Match.
A challenge. Prepare yourself.
Balance.
Womp womp.
My path ends here. My strength grows.
50. Back.
Resting